dancing in my underpants. I'm gonna run for government. I'm gonna form a covers band and all. Back there by the baby grand, did Mr. Winter Wonderland say, come here kid, we really need to talk. Bear with me man, I lost my train of thought.
Too young, too dumb to realize that I should have
Uh-oh, our boss is here.
Okay, enough chit chat. We have some business to attend to. Let me introduce myself. My name is HAQEMI AKMAL. And I will be your team's human resources manager. As you all have been informed, our HR director has requested that we find a candidate for AK's product development executive positions. As a result, the burden is on us, as we will all be managing this project from start to finish. And yes, I will be monitoring each step of the way. Let's begin our meeting with Al-Fatiha. Since this is our very first meeting together, I believe it is only courtesy for all of us to make acquaintance so that we can all work hand in glove to make this project a resounding success.
Bonjour or bonsoir, my beautiful people. My name is ADRIANA. And I am the HR Officer 1 in charge of job analysis and description research. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Let's put in some effort together to ensure our project success.
Good day, mate. Sabil Aisar is the given name. Call me Sabil for short. I am HR Officer 2. I specialize in recruitment strategy. I agree with ADRIANA. I hope all of us can go hand in hand for a successful outcome.
Cheerio! My name is DANISH HAIMAN. You can call me DANISH or HAIMAN, however makes you comfortable. I am HR Officer 3. My job is slightly like our Datuk Sabil himself. The only difference between us is that I oversee selection strategies. Let's get to know each other more.
What's shaking, everybody? My name is AFFINAS. Call me Finas. I am the HR Officer 4 and I will be managing on interviewing the candidates involved. Let's support one another together.
Vamos! I believe all of you have understood what we need to do, as I've given specific tasks for all of you to read up and analyze. Thus, let's see what progress we have done so far, starting from our HR Officer 1, Miss ADRIANA. The floor is all yours.
Thank you very much, Sir HAQEMI. As you all are aware, I met with Mr. Daniel Alfonso, our former product development executive, and worked closely with him on his position. He has been very generous on giving us details about his job and what is needed. The steps I've taken in ensuring what must be required were incredibly thorough. Hence, let me spare you on the steps in job analysis. There are 6 steps in doing a job analysis. Step 1. Use of the information. Collecting information about PD position is always a good place to start. For example, the information you might give would be on position descriptions of PDE and classification standards. Step 2. Review background information. Reviewing materials that describe the work performed on the job would help in making sure you pick the right one. Step 3. Select representative positions. There may be too many jobs that are similar to check and analyze. It is not necessary to examine the job of 200 assembly workers. Instead, a sample of 10 jobs is sufficient. Step 4. Analyze the PDE job. During this stage of the job analysis process, a job analyst gathers data and information about the jobs that have been chosen. Step 5. Verify the information. Verify the job analysis information with the workers who are doing the job as well as their immediate supervisor. And lastly, step 6. Develop job description and job specification, which I'll be explaining further later.
Brilliant, Adriana.
Marvelous job.
Thank you, thank you.
Fantastic. How about the method that we'll be using to search for the recruitment of the PD employee? Have you come up with that?
Yes, most certainly so. I've discussed this with Finas, our HR officer, for over our personal meeting, and we've decided with Finas, will you do the honors?
Interview method.
Our sole method of collecting job analysis information for PD position would be structured as to individually interview with the employee. I believe Finas will explain further on the interview questions later. Thus, without further ado, this is job specification and description needed to find the most suitable candidate for the PD position. I've allocated both job description and specification based on the given criteria. For job description, you need job identification, job summary, job duties and responsibilities. As of job specifications, we need experience, qualifications, physical characteristics, and lastly, social characteristics. That is all from me. Thank you for lending me your ears.
Spectacular work, Adriana. Thusly, your findings would definitely have been finding the right candidate with the right specifications. Okay, let's go over to our Datuk Sabil to explain further on his task work.
Alright, thank you, kind sir. So our company, Ehtias Yang Berhad, has agreed to use internal recruitment method to replace Mr. Daniel Alfonso that will be leaving at the end of September 2021 as the best option for a succession method. Before that, let me explain about what is the meaning of internal recruitment method. Internal recruitment method means taking candidates from existing employees in the organization itself. So now, I will explain about the components contained in internal recruitment method. Firstly, employee audit or inventory. In organization that has well developed the latest personal record system, the human resource office can check through employees' files to identify any potentially suitable people for that position in terms of their professional attributes, abilities, and expertise of employees within company. If this exists, they can be contacted and recommended to join the candidate group if they are interested. Most companies today are using a computerized human resource information system, or called as HERMIS, which makes this task become easier. Secondly is job posting. For the inside promotion, most companies use job posting. Job posting means publishing jobs open to employees and listing job attributes such as qualifications, supervisors, work schedules, and pay rates. So, job posting can be a good practice if it encourages the exchange and promotion of qualified internal candidates. And lastly is rehiring. Rehiring former employees who left the company has advantages and disadvantages. The first advantage is former employees are known to their current colleagues, and they are also familiar with the culture, style, and way the company does things. Second advantage is they will tell others that they have a good thing going. Then they can increase the department's retention efforts by proving the improvements made since they left and letting others who might think of leaving know that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Next, the first disadvantage is they can be stubborn. A lot can change in an organization, even just a few months. They are firmly able to stick to all process and systems from its original period, while other companies have moved forward. Then, the second disadvantage is employees will have Meriton with bad attitudes, and this will adversely affect the company. Jeng, jeng, jeng. This is our application form. Okay, now, this is our advertisement poster. Okay, as you guys can see.
Wonderful job, Sabil.
As expected as our Datuk Sabil.
Wow, as pretty as the picture, Sabil. Pleasing poster that is.
Okay, next, this is our resume.
Glorious work, my Paul. Definitely our employees would try out for the positions. Alright, next we have HAIMAN, our HR officer 3, to tell us about the strategy for selection process. Say what you want, our good sir.
Much obliged. The test that we will be using to select the best among the best would be performance test and aptitude test. Let's start with performance test. A performance test is used to verify if a candidate possesses the abilities that he or she claims to possess. Actual situation and tasks to be performed on the job were simulated in the performance test. So, the aptitude test comes next. Aptitude tests are used to find out about person's potential abilities and qualities in their... If a person has an innate or distinguishing ability, it is reasonable to believe that with sufficient training, he will be able to develop a talent in that field. So, let's go to the reason that I choose performance test and aptitude test. So, the reason for choosing performance test is that product development executive necessitate the use of a keyboard, a computer, and the abilities to communicate in multiple languages. Aside from that, an aptitude test is an excellent option because it is relevant to the role of product development executive. For example, when we already know that the candidate has the potential to succeed Mr. Daniel Alfonso in that position, we can use this test to see if the person has an innate or distinctive aptitude.
Good choice, mate.
Love the idea.
What should be taken, local or expatriate?
Local are preferable to expatriate since they have greater understanding of the local culture and business practice. Candidates from the area are aware of the culture in which they live. That means they will have an easy time navigating any issues. They usually correlates to increased production and a reduction in financial loss. Finally, recruiting an expatriate can cost up 2 to 3 times as much as hiring a local candidate. The cost of living in an expat home country includes everything from the expat regular wage to relocation expenses, as well as language and cultural training. That's all for me. Thank you.
First class statement from a first-rate man. Thank you, HAIMAN. I believe that with your strategy, it would definitely be easier to select the candidate. Next, we have our smallest yet very bright mate, Finas. Let's see what you have got.
Appreciate that sarcasm, HAQEMI. Okay, back to the topic. I trust that the most convenient method would be a structured method. Structured method. We choose structured method because structured interviews are mostly used in quantitative observation. There are several advantages of structured interviews, which is they are more reliable and valid. They can help those who may be less comfortable doing interviews to conduct better interviews. And the last one is standardizing the interview increases consistency across candidates, enhances job relatedness, and reduces bias. And then this type of interview is necessary because a company can select and evaluate candidates by looking at how a candidate answers the questions as whether they are eligible or not.
How to administer the interview?
There are 5 steps to administer the interview. The first one is job analysis. For each position, you have to use job analysis to match skills to job tasks. Step 2, define requirements, conditions or tasks that must be completed to ensure the success or completion of the project. Step 3, develop lead and probing questions, asking follow-up questions when we do not fully understand a response, when answers are vague or ambiguous, or when we want to obtain more specific or in-depth information. Step 4, determine grading scale. You need to know how much each category is worth in your grade scale before you can calculate your grade. Determine your score within each category. Take the total points you earn in that category and divide by the total points possible for that category. And the last step is conduct the interview.
Ooh, blimey! Brilliant question you have there.
Ingenious mastermind of words.
Agree.
How will you ensure that there will be no interviewing mistakes during the interview?
To ensure maximum validity, there needs to be a one-to-one correspondence between interview questions asked and underlying competency. To ensure interview reliability, all interviewers need to use interview questions that are designed this way.
How to ensure that there will no issues of nepotism and discrimination?
There are 2 steps to make sure that there will be no issues of nepotism and discrimination. The first one is create viable communication channels, which is organizations may be committing nepotism without even realizing it. Provide employees with proper communication to discuss where nepotistic biases may lie in the company. This provides employees with greater confidence in expressing their unhappiness in a polite and diligent manner. The second one is develop a viable internal promotional structure for relatives and friends. When employing friends and relatives, it is important to be objective about the grade of job they should be employed in. This will show to others that they haven't received the job based on nepotism but their predefined level of skill and experience. It also provides friends and family members with the opportunity to demonstrate their skills and as to why they may deserve a promotion in the future. Thank you.
Wow, gleaming insiders. Thank you, AFFINAS and others for all your clever ideas and plans. Now all that's left is hiring the perfect employee for the job. Likewise, let me show you all the forms needed. So, this is our offer letter. And then this is a contract of service. And the last one is induction program. So, this induction program has 4 days in total, in which each day different event will be held by curtain managers who are in charge of on that day. On the first day of the induction program, there will be a welcome task for all the new team members. Everyone will be handing out their employment agreements, and all the documents will be arrangements. All employees will be enlightened about the company's historical background, products, and how it operates. The organizational structure of the company will be revealed along with information regarding policies, rules, and regulations. They will also be delivered. All this will be under the command of our HR manager. So move on to the second day. The first program of the day is the accessions of the company system and technology. Everyone will get their staff ID during the sessions and introductions. How to log in to the company's website will be guided by the IT project manager. During the next sessions, about health and safety officer manager will give some instructions about all facilities and safety measures provided. The day's event will be closed with a talk regarding disciplines, terms, and conditions of service. Then the third day will be our financial and HR managers' turn to handle the personal affairs tasks and explanation about salaries and wages. Also, our team's member will know about their working hours and holidays, and any inquiries shall be answered on the spot by the management team. For the last day, which is the fourth day, a detailed overview of our company will be given. Any opportunities for training, promotions, or transfer for the new peers in the future will be discussed, so everyone will get to set their own goals. Grievance procedure will be illustrated and also schemes to be suggested. Everyone will go on a small tour around the building and see how their daily routine will look like. Job scope and KPI measurement will be explained by our HR manager. That's all from me.
Terrific job, sir.
That's our boss right there.
Masterly work, sir.
Thank you everyone for joining this meeting and for all the needed informations. Let's adjourn the meeting with Tasbih Kifara and Surah Al-As. Alright, see you all during the interview day, which will be held this date. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Sing song round the money tree, this stunning documentary that no one else unfortunately saw. Such beautiful photography, it's worth it for the opening scene. I've been driving around listening to the score, or maybe I just imagined it all. I've played to quiet rooms like this before.